Just a day after Liverpool informed Newcastle they were interested in Alexander Isak, they've now made their move for Newcastle's #1 target, Hugo Etikite. Yeah, lots to come, but let's start with the two strikers whose futures appear to be intrinsically linked.
First things first, when you look at Alexander Isak and Hugo Etikite, the important thing to point out, any potential deal would be a Liverpool club record, a Newcastle club record, and a Premier League club record.
Wow.
And when you talk big money, they're complicated deals to make happen. So that's why the last 24 hours has been quite intense for those. Liverpool have made no formal offer at this stage, but we know negotiations are continuing between the two clubs. The backdrop to this is on Tuesday, Newcastle put their first bid in for Hugo Etikite. That also happened to be around the time that Liverpool made an inquiry to Newcastle. Alexander Isak, is he potentially for sale? And Newcastle made it very clear, Isak not for sale under any circumstances. And then Liverpool said, OK, thank you very much. We're going to move on to another target, which, by the way, happens to be someone that you're very interested in, Hugo Etikite.
This is really interesting to me, how these two potential transfers are playing out. Mark explained it really well there. But if you look at it, if we just take this on face value, first of all, Alexander Isak is of interest to Liverpool. Newcastle United have said Alexander Isak is not for sale. We don't need to worry about Isak anymore because he's not for sale. So clearly that story's gone.
Every player's for sale, aren't they?
But we do know that when a club is interested in a player, now we do this every single time during a transfer window, then somewhere along the line, there must have been some sort of encouragement that is the player open to the move? Have the club made it clear that maybe if the price is right, we would be prepared to do business on this particular player? Liverpool, as Mark mentioned, conveniently now are interested in Hugo Etikite as well. They are told by Newcastle Isak's not for sale and they're now pursuing Newcastle's #1 target. Coincidence? Maybe. Face value? Yes. Otherwise, the cynic in every one of us thinks something else is going on here.
My gut feeling at the moment is that Hugo Etikite is headed to Liverpool. I feel like the deal for him to go to Newcastle is unlikely at this stage.
Liverpool are in advanced talks to sign Rodrigo goes from Real Madrid and are increasingly confident of completing a deal before the summer window closes. The 23-year-old Brazilian winger has been identified as a key target as the Reds prepare for potential changes in their forward line, particularly amid speculation surrounding the future of Luis Diaz, who is being strongly linked with Bayern Munich. With Kylian Mbappe arriving at the Bernabeu, Rodrigo's role under new Real Madrid manager Xabi Alonso is expected to diminish, as the Frenchman joins an already star-studded attack that includes Vinicius Jr. and Jude Bellingham. As a result, Rodrigo is reportedly open to a move where he can be a consistent starter, and Liverpool are prepared to offer him that opportunity in a system suited to his strengths under new head coach Arne Slot. Sources close to the negotiations suggest Liverpool have made initial contact with both Real Madrid and the players' representatives and are now working on formalizing a bid in the region of €75 million. While clubs such as Arsenal and Bayern Munich have also shown interest, Liverpool are currently considered front-runners, with reports indicating that they plan to send a delegation to Madrid soon to finalize terms. Liverpool believe Rodrigo would be an ideal fit in their new tactical setup. Known for his pace, quick feet, and ability to play on either flank or as a second striker, he would likely step in as a direct replacement for Diaz or even provide long-term cover for Mohamed Salah, whose future at Anfield has also come under occasional scrutiny. Arne Slot views Rodrigo as the type of technically intelligent, high work rate player central to his attacking philosophy. The potential signing would mark another step in Liverpool's aggressive summer rebuild, which has already seen the arrivals of Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, and Milos Kerkez. The club is clearly focused on refreshing the squad with young, high-upside talent capable of leading Liverpool into a new era under Slot. While the deal is not yet complete, confidence is growing inside Anfield that Rodrigo will become one of their marquee additions this summer. If successful, the transfer would send a clear message about Liverpool's ambitions, as they look to re-establish themselves among Europe's elite with a refreshed identity and a hungry new core. Darwin Núñez could be on his way out of Anfield this summer as Liverpool appear increasingly open to parting ways with the Uruguayan forward. Signed from Benfica in 2022 for a deal worth up to £85 million, Núñez arrived amid high expectations, touted as a dynamic striker capable of leading Liverpool's next attacking era. However, after 2 mixed seasons filled with flashes of brilliance but also frustrating inconsistency, the club may now be ready to cut their losses. Sources close to the situation suggest that Liverpool have been quietly preparing for Núñez's departure since early 2025, especially after the player reportedly expressed interest in leaving during the January transfer window. A potential move to Saudi Arabia was on the table then, with clubs like Al Hilal making serious overtures, but Liverpool refused to sanction a sale mid-season due to a lack of attacking reinforcements. That situation has now changed, and with the summer window open and Liverpool actively targeting new strikers, a transfer could materialize quickly if the right offer comes in. Under new head coach Arne Slot, Núñez has found himself falling down the pecking order. In the 2024-25 season, he scored just 5 Premier League goals and failed to secure a consistent starting role, often losing out to the likes of Cody Gakpo and Diego Jota. His performances in high-stakes games were often marred by missed chances and lapses in composure, which drew criticism from both fans and pundits. While his work rate and physical presence are not in question, Liverpool's tactical evolution under Slot seems to demand a more clinical and technically consistent forward. Liverpool are understood to be demanding in the region of £60 million for Núñez, a fee that has so far proven a stumbling block for potential buyers. Napoli had shown strong interest earlier this summer and reportedly submitted a bid worth €43 million plus add-ons, but the Reds rejected the offer, deeming it too low. Newcastle United had also attempted a surprise £70 million bid in January, but Liverpool held firm at the time. Now, with Atletico Madrid and Saudi Pro League sides, particularly Al Hilal, renewing their interest, the landscape has shifted. Saudi clubs remain the most likely destination if European suitors cannot meet Liverpool's valuation. Behind the scenes, Liverpool are actively pursuing replacements. Hugo Etikite of Eintracht Frankfurt has emerged as a possible target, while Alexander Isak of Newcastle is also on the club's radar. The club's willingness to listen to offers for Núñez likely hinges on securing one of these players before the transfer deadline. Slot and the Liverpool hierarchy are determined to refresh the squad while maintaining the club's competitiveness both domestically and in Europe. Liverpool are edging closer to finalising a move for Crystal Palace defender Mark Guéhi, with the Reds having already agreed personal terms with the England international. The club's focus has shifted to securing defensive reinforcements following the arrival of a new striker earlier this summer, and Guéhi is now top of the shortlist as Liverpool look to strengthen their backline under new manager Arne Slot. According to several sources, Guéhi has agreed a 5-year contract with Liverpool, which also includes an option for a 1-year extension. The deal, reportedly negotiated over the past several weeks, would see the 24-year-old become a central figure in Liverpool's evolving defensive setup, especially with question marks surrounding the futures of Ibrahima Konate and Jarell Quansah. Quansah is believed to be in advanced talks over a move to Bayer Leverkusen, while Konate continues to be linked with a potential switch to Real Madrid. Liverpool are now preparing to submit a final take-it-or-leave-it offer to Crystal Palace in the region of £40 to £45 million. While Palace have so far held firm on their valuation of Guéhi, Liverpool's bid is expected to be their last, and they are reportedly unwilling to enter a prolonged negotiation or raise their price further. The player himself is said to be keen on the move and sees Anfield as the ideal next step in his career, especially with UEFA Champions League football on offer. Crystal Palace, for their part, are exploring defensive replacements and have been linked with a move for Sporting CP centre-back Ousmane Diomande. The South London club are expected to accelerate their own transfer plans once Liverpool's bid for Guéhi is formally submitted, as they aim to avoid being left short in defence ahead of the new Premier League season. Liverpool's interest in Guéhi reflects the club's strategic shift towards younger, Premier League proven talent, and the potential arrival of the former Chelsea Academy graduate would represent a significant investment in the club's defensive future.